atmosphere inside here in Oklahoma City.
Hey, yo, I pick up where I left off, blow that little dust off. The captain is back and we on course. I do it for me and mine, I do it for you and yours. From then to now and evermore, I continue.
Welcome to Oklahoma City, and yes, let's go Thunder is the chant here, and the crowd should be thunderous as usual. Fans making their way in for Game 2 of the Western Conference first round between the Denver Nuggets and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The NBA playoffs on TNT, and Oak City winning by 107-103 in a thrilling, entertaining game in the first game of the series. Welcome everyone to courtside. Dick Stockton along with the czar, Mike Fratello, and the big story, of course, was Kevin Durant with a career playoff high 41 points. And now the question is, how did the Nuggets answer that performance? It's time for Cold Hard Facts presented by Coors Light.
Durant 41, Westbrook 31, combined for 72. They shot 25 of 45. What adjustments does George Karl make in guarding him? From the foul line, they missed 12 free throws. They shot over 76% during the regular season. They've got to do better. And then three-pointers, this was the third best three-point shooting team in the NBA this year. They just shot 25% in Game 1.
Starting lineup for the Nuggets, the same as in Game 1, and Nene led 5 double-figure scores with 22 points. For the Thunder, they too go with the same quintet. And of course it was Durant's 41, Westbrook's 31, only 3 in double figures in this game, and a tremendous contest as well. And of course in the pregame show the guys talked about that controversial call with 1:05 left, and it was a big basket that gave the Thunder a 1-point lead. The NBA of course said that it should have been offensive goaltending, and we'll show that one again. So we're set to go. The officials, Monty McCutcheon, Dick Bavetta, and Rodney Mott. Always loud, and the crowd draped in Thunder Blue, and we're set to go. Durant with 9 rebounds as well as his 41 points, and Westbrook with an all-round game as well. He had 7 assists to go with 6 rebounds, and the game is underway, controlled by the Nuggets.
Let's go back and remember how Denver started out game number 1. 7 straight field goals for the Denver Nuggets. They were on fire.
And they opened up a 13-point lead. They were up by 9 after the first quarter. Kenyon Martin takes the first shot of the game, and the rebound by Durant. I love what Kenny Smith said. Everyone talks about carryover from one game to another. Each one gets its own identity. That's been proven in the NBA playoffs for years. Durant picked up by Nene. Gallinari's trying to stay with him. And the shot from the corner, and a three-pointer by Westbrook starts the night scoring.
Well, that's bad news for Denver. He's going to continue to make shots just like he left off the last game. George Karl's feeling was that both stars, Westbrook and Durant, would not shoot as well this game as they did in game number 1.
Both teams shot well. Oklahoma City at 47%, 51 for the Denver Nuggets. Here is Nene off the rim. Martin tried to keep it alive, and here is a 3-on-3 situation. Durant hitting a 3, picking up where they left off. Westbrook and Durant, 6-0. And a turnover. Sizzling start by Oklahoma City. And in and out by Durant. And driving into the basket, and the first foul of the game, and hitting the floor is Wilson Chandler, who will go to the line for 2, and the foul is against Kendrick Perkins.
And they're going to call that a flagrant foul, I believe, and give them the ball out of bounds on the side after the free throw.
That's exactly it.
There you see Perkins come across his face, both hands, hits him up high. They're going to stop any nonsense that they feel could break out here early on between these two teams. You knew this was going to be a heated game this evening.
Flagrant 1, and we didn't know how long it was going to take, Czar, for it would start to simmer, and it was in the opening minutes.
Well, Perkins was disappointed in his performance last game. He's out to show this young OKC team that he will lead them at the defensive end of the floor, and that he'll set the tone and tempo right from the beginning.
Big acquisition from the Boston Celtics. And it also opened the way for Serge Ibaka to really do the number as a power forward. Nene is fouled, and that too was strong as well. The personal is against Thabo Sefolosha.
Very smart on Sefolosha's part. He put his hand up immediately because he did not want Perkins to get the second foul against him.
So here is Nene, who had 22 points, and 10 of them coming in the first quarter. He was 4 for 8 from the free throw line and misses his first shot. There you see Nene's free throw percentage.
The month of April, he really struggled. When you look at the other months combined, he's a 74% shooter. In April, for some reason, he drops down to 45%.
And as you pointed out at the top, the Nuggets missing 12 free throws really hurt their cause in the opening game.
Yeah, normally, opponents against Oklahoma got to the line about 25 times each game during the season. Denver went to the line 33 times in game number 1. Well,
they were number 1 in the league in free throw attempts this year, so no surprise there. And there is the field goal and the basket by Ibaka. Scott Brooks is looking for Ibaka to get more into the offense as well. The Nuggets have missed their first 2 shots. And the Thunder red hot off the top, leading by 5. Here's Chandler. And traveling call. Yet another turnover. So a tough start for George Karl's team on the road.
And in the last game, both teams only committed 11 turnovers in an exciting game. Here we've seen early turnovers already by both teams.
Durant defended by Kenyon Martin. They isolate Durant against him. Feed inside, batted away. And the Nuggets with the turnover. Wilson Chandler maintains control. Gallinari for 3. And off the rim. And the jump ball as Nene and Sefolosha will jump it up. And there you can see calming down before the jump ball, the 2 players.
You see the offensive rebound on the glass, and they thinks he has it, but at the last second, Sefolosha gets that arm back in.
Nuggets have missed all 3 of their attempts, and the Thunder have hit 3 of their first 4. Looking for Nene. And the turnaround. So now 0 for 4 from the field. Strong start by Oklahoma City. Nene coming out on a flash switch. Then Tyson picked him up, and the shot is missed in the corner by Sefolosha. Here's Lawson. Lawson, 2-point attempt. And the Denver Nuggets in an 0 for 5 drought to start this game.
A little bit different than 7 for 7 in game number 1, the way they came out. And interestingly, the big men last game for Denver were making jump shots from the top of the circle baseline area. They haven't made one yet tonight.
Perkins backing in against Nene. Couldn't go up with it. And traveling is called, so the Thunder turn it over. They're leading by 5. 3.5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. Scott Brooks, who was once on George Karl's coaching staff at Denver. And now George Karl, who really changed this team's DNA after that trade of Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups to the Knicks.
Well, both of these teams looked much more nervous in game number 2 than they did in game number 1.
Nene is going to move back for the shot. And now 0 for 6 from the field. Yet it's only a 5-point lead for the Thunder. Ball stripped away. Martin ahead. And blocked. And they'll go the way. Goaltending. Goaltending is called. Ty Lawson gets credit for the basket, the first of the game for Denver.
Great hustle that time by Ibaka. You can see the ball was on the glass already, and then it was blocked. Once it hits the glass, you can't go up and block it. It's an offensive goaltender.
So it took 4 minutes for the first Nugget field goal. And they're going to call Lawson with the personal foul. That is the first foul against Denver. Actually, George Karl said he was not displeased with the defense. A lot of field goals went in, even though they were well defended. They just made shots, 18 of 25 jumpers. Here is Ibaka. Taken down by Westbrook and a new clock. Westbrook off balance, bounces in. So Westbrook with 5 points for the Thunder's 10. They've doubled Denver early in this game. Nearly 5 gone by in the opening quarter. Chandler.
We haven't seen real attacks to the front of the rim thus far in the game. Everyone's settling for jump shots right now.
1 for 8 shooting by the Nuggets. 5-point lead. And here is Durant working against Gallinari. And you're right, Mike. This game just has to settle into a rhythm, which we haven't seen yet. Yet another turnover by Sefolosha. Stepped on the line, and it will be Nuggets ball. And a timeout called by George Karl. Early good start by the Thunder. They lead by 5.
Well, one guy that decided he was going to go down inside. Westbrook, a little more size than Lawson, takes him into the paint, gets the nice roll.
Lead by 5, and it's time for Gatorade Around the Cooler. Here's Pam Oliver.
Well, Dick, there's absolutely no doubt that Denver can use the services of his shooting guard, Aaron Aflalo, but that hamstring injury just keeps lingering. He told me earlier today that he feels a little guilty that he's even in this boat. Aflalo said if he had listened to his body initially, he may have prevented tweaking that hamstring twice. He also told me he's never dealt with a hamstring injury before, didn't realize it could be so finicky, but he says he's close to returning. The hamstring seems to be responding to rest and the typical ice and stem treatments.
All right, Pam. Aflalo was 8th in three-point shooting in the league as Gallinari hits the field goal. So in the last game, the Nuggets started 7 for 7. They're 2 for 9 right now. And the open shot from the corner missed by Westbrook.
Aflalo, one of the real fine young men in this league, had a chance to talk to him a little bit at the hotel, and he really feels bad that he can't contribute. As you see, Kenyon Martin missed that little layup attempt in front of the rim.
And a foul called as Kenyon Martin committing the foul, and a technical foul has been called. So a technical on Kenyon Martin.
In transition, you see Kenyon Martin go out of his way to throw the elbow into Ibaka. It's a correct call by the official. He'll shoot this free throw. Durant on the line right now, makes the free throw attempt, and the Thunder will get the ball out on the side.
Talked about how the officials want to keep a lid on this one. Maybe easier said than done. I mean, they're going to do what they need to do and call the technicals, but you could see that a lot of sparks flying between these teams early on. Halfway through this opening quarter, Gallinari defending Durant. A lot of different players tried to stop Durant in game number 1. And here is an open shot for Perkins, lays it in. Perkins wending his way for the layup, and there's a 6-point lead for the Thunder. Here is Lawson going to the hoop, reverse layup, and a beauty by Lawson.
That lane opened up, Lawson took advantage of it, and that's where they scored so many easy baskets in game number 1. The penetration ability of Lawson, Felton, then dropping it off to their big men.